Oh, dude, I wanted to show you guys this incredible footage. I posted it on Twitter because I wanted to highlight it. This footage is absolutely incredible. I've never seen footage like the footage we're about to watch. And because we're on YouTube, it's going to be a lot easier for me to watch this without getting banned. This footage shows a Russian soldier who wants to surrender. I've edited out the gore before this because there was some actual like strikes from the drone on Russian soldiers that were fighting in the area. But then the drone spots this Russian soldier who doesn't want to fight. This is a Ukrainian drone on the front line in no man's land, spots a Russian soldier in a trench, signaling to the drone that he doesn't want to fight. He's like using his hands to make an X. He's like saying, no, no, no. He's shaking his head. He's looking straight at the drone. And the drone realizes that the Russian soldier not only does not want to fight, but the Russian soldier wants to surrender. The Russian soldier is smart and knows that this is not a war worth fighting, that this war isn't worth it, that he wants to be alive. He would rather be alive than dead. He does not want to be worm food. And so he wants to surrender. And this footage really had an impact on me. I've watched this footage like 3 or 4 times now. It honestly gets me kind of emotional. And we're going to keep the music off for copyright reasons. But what we're about to watch is this drone spotting him, seeing that he wants to surrender, dropping him. The drone drops instructions to him on paper to follow the drone in order to surrender. He then runs through no man's land while the Russians are shooting at him, their former comrade, for daring to want to surrender. That's the type of punishment you get in the Russian military for wanting to surrender. And then he goes to no man's land. Bombs are blowing up so close to him until he eventually gets there. And I was about to say spoiler, but this is a person's life, not a Marvel movie. He gets there and he survives, and he's unbelievably lucky. I've never seen footage like this before, and I mean that sincerely. I've never seen footage like this before in my life in this war. This is really incredible footage, and I'm so happy that they captured it. And I'm so happy that they did this, that they saw this guy, and it said, because the Ukrainians could have dropped a bomb on him and killed him. They could have. They could have. And they could have never uploaded the footage, and they never would have known about it. But instead, they did the good thing, the right thing, and they took him as a POW. They saw this person wanting to survive, not wanting to participate in the butchering of Ukraine, and took him in as a POW. And I'm really, really happy about it, even though the story is insane. So let's watch. Sorry, I'm just excited to show you the footage. No Chump Change, thank you for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. No Chump Change, longtime supporter of the channel on site chat, DylanBurns.tv. Visit it. They said, there's a lot of new white names. Welcome. Let's turn you yellow. A lot of people from YouTube moving over to the website. Smart move, by the way. Whether we're on Twitch or YouTube, it's the site will always be running. And so you'll be able to watch us on the site. Gifted it to Lufert, Henkadenk, Definitely Not Only Days, Dragon Hughes, and Solvix. Thank you so much, Joan Chump Change. I appreciate it. Now let's watch this footage. It's really incredible. Gosh, I wish I could play the music because the music's good too, but let's watch it. So here you can see there's the Russian soldier. He's, indicating here that he doesn't want to fight. And I'm really props to the Ukrainian drone team for seeing him doing this and being able to decode that he's basically asking to surrender, that he's asking to get out of there, that he doesn't want to fight. Me, no fight. I think he just pointed to his patch and it's like, he wants to rip it off. It's kind of hard to tell everything that he's saying, but it's very clear he doesn't want to fight. And now the drone, he's putting X with his hands again, indicating he doesn't want to fight. The drone has dropped a message. On the message, it said, I looked at the full thing. I didn't want to include all of it in here. They wrote on this message, follow the drone to surrender. And so his job now is to follow the drone through no man's land. But watch something here. Watch something he's about to do that is really interesting, because somebody pointed this out to me in the replies and I didn't notice it until it was pointed out to me. He's pointing to himself. He then does this with his head as saying, will you execute me? And then the drone shakes back and forth as in to indicate, no, we will not kill you. We will not execute you. Now he's doing it again for like punching himself. Are you saying, will you beat me? Will you abuse me? No, we will not abuse you. Shaking the drone to indicate no, negative. Niet, nie. Niet in Russian, nie in Ukrainian. He's doing it again, I think. And again, they're saying, no, we're not going to do that. Dude, this is really incredible footage, man. This is really incredible communication. Now, this is the part that's crazy. One second, we've gotten some donations in chat. Eric, thank you so much for the $10 donation. I really appreciate it, buddy. Oh, what a cute little dog you posted. Change is always healthy, Dylan. Also, I'm Mr. Agimoto on Twitch. I only watch there. Well, hey, but we got you over to YouTube. Dedicated viewer, I appreciate it. And Dodecahedron42, thank you for coming to Mover and Shaker and subbing on YouTube. Becoming a member on YouTube. Now, this is the hard part. This is the footage that is really, really crazy, because now you can see he's running through these trenches, following this drone, going past the remains of his former comrades. He's now asking again, will you beat me? He's like, he's really, nervous to do this, obviously, because he's probably been pumped full of propaganda from the Kremlin that if he surrenders, he will be killed, he would be executed, because the Kremlin basically says the Ukrainians are all neo-Nazi fascists. They hate Russians. They want to kill all the Russians. They're going to destroy Russia. And so him asking these questions really is entirely natural when you think about the situation. Unless he has access to a VPN and information outside of that, it makes sense that he would be incredibly nervous to be in Ukrainian captivity. It could be that he's just more scared of his commanders than he even is of the Ukrainians. And who knows what motivated him. Again, shaking no that they will not abuse him. Now he's walking past these. That's actually a destroyed Ukrainian vehicle. Boom, an explosion right next to him. At this point, his former comrades, the Russians, are now shooting at him. These bombs are coming from the Russian side. It's kind of hard to see because of how pixelated the footage is, but they're also shooting at him with small arms fire, and they're trying to kill him. Now, they could be trying to kill him for a few reasons. Maybe to deceit. There's a bullet flying by as he's trying to find cover, and he's quickly running so he's not killed by his former comrades. He's hiding behind armored vehicles. Another explosion goes off. The reason they could be trying to kill him could be to discourage other people from surrendering. It could be because maybe he has intelligence that they could see as a risk to them. It could be any number of reasons. No matter what, it's immoral. He now takes off his armor, his helmet, his bulletproof vest. He has his hands in the air. He's heading towards the Ukrainian trench now. I couldn't imagine being without armor in that situation. He's now in the Ukrainian trench. The Ukrainians have captured him, and now he is formally within their control. He is a POW. Here's a video he recorded afterwards. In the audio, he says, it's in Russian, there's no reason for me to play it, but he says his name, and then he proceeds to say, a Ukrainian drone saved my life. This is really incredible footage. I have never seen footage like this for the entirety of the war. I've seen Russian soldiers surrender. I've seen Russian soldiers go out of their way to surrender. I've never seen a Russian soldier surrender coordinated by a drone shaking its head back and forth to indicate that they will not abuse him after they drop him specific instructions out in the field. He didn't find them online, which, by the way, you can find the instructions on how to surrender on this website right here. It's called the I Want to Live project the Ukrainians launched, which gives Russians instructions not only how to dodge military conscriptions and to avoid mobilization, what to do if you receive a summons, but also how to surrender to the Ukrainian armed forces and preserve your own life. But he was dropped instructions out in the field, and then he runs through no man's land after communicating with the drone, which indicates to them that they will not kill him and they will not abuse him. He then runs through no man's land, being fired upon by his own colleagues, having bombs going off around him as he's jumping over the corpses of his former comrades. This is incredible footage, an incredible journey as this guy went through hell to save his own life. I'm really happy he's alive. This war is a massive tragedy at the end of the day, and the most people that can survive getting to the other end of this, the better. I wish every Russian soldier would surrender. I wish every Russian soldier would see this guy, see what he did, and follow suit, not only to preserve the lives of Ukrainians and to not participate in the butchering of Ukraine, but also preserve their own lives so they can go home to their mothers, their daughters, their sons, their wives, their husbands. You get the idea. Well, husbands, I think in less cases, but husbands as well. Very happy to see that this guy made it through. Good guy with a gun. Good guy without a gun, actually. I think that would be the case here. Good guy without a gun. One of the smart ones, and there's so few of them left. From the Ukrainians say that I think about 7,000 Russian soldiers have surrendered. One second, I think there's actually, the numbers are here, I believe. Where's the data? I don't see it, but I remember it being around like 7,000 or some number around that. So, hey, and that's just through this program. That's not even just talking about the other Russian soldiers that have been captured. Anyway, let's move on. We got other things to talk about. Incredible footage, though. Really incredible footage.